and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ow!
And welcome to Monday.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Chris.
How are we?
Oh, we here are fantastic.
Awesome, awesome. All is working. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing.
We started out and shit's working.
I
Amazing.
can see the intro. I can't hear it, but it's good. I can still see it though, and I'm good. So
Saw
at
it.
least that makes me feel happy.
Looks like the YouTube might be working. Looks like
see-
Rumble's working.
I
Locals
see it
is
on
working.
Rumble. Yeah, no, it's looking good.
I love it.
Yeah, it's something good.
It's coming together.
Well, don't say that. It's not really. I mean, if it was coming together, we'd have a paycheck coming in. And that would be
there
nice.
ain't no paychecks ever coming from this. Are you kidding me?
Why do you have such a negative attitude about this show?
It isn't about the show. It's about the fucking people watching it. They're not going to give us any money. They don't give a shit.
I have yet to get one person signed up for that thing we're doing in September. But I know it's still over a month away, so we got time. It's not a big deal. But
Yeah. If we don't have any next month, then we'll be worried.
then I'm just gonna start picking random people off the street to go in and have some free lunch.
Oh, we will
Come see
get
a show.
people. We'll get. Believe me, I got 10 friends that'll take a free lunch from Billy Morris.
I talked to Billy over the weekend for the first
Okay.
time in like forever.
How's he doing?
He's good. I think I woke him up because me, I'm up butt crack of dawn on the weekend, starting do my other job and work
Right.
and stuff. I know. I forgot that he's like a rock star and like does stuff and has like shows and stuff he does at night on the weekends. And
Sure.
there, my sorry ass calling him at 9 o'clock in the morning, going, "Hey, Billy, what's up?" I wanted to talk to him about a couple of things that because I saw him. He signed a guitar for somebody that I know, and
Okay.
I was kind of like, I didn't know if he actually knew them or what his deal was with these people. It's more of an off-air story because I don't want to
Sure.
anybody. But it was pretty funny, and anyways, I'll talk about that with you later.
You got him on the
but-
phone, and he was like, "Hello, who's
He's
this?"
like, "Hello, yeah, hello," and I'm like,
Seth
"Billy,
Will.
I'm sorry to bother you, man." He's like, "No, you caught me while I'm up, so that's good." I was like, "Okay, I'm good." Like, dude, you have a ridiculously hot wife. You have 18 kids. Well, you should be up at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Sorry.
Well,
dude.
maybe between being a rock star and then going home after being a rock star to the hot wife, maybe he stayed up till 6 or 7 in the morning.
Okay, if you have his wife, most likely you're still up banging her at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. That's what I'd be. I mean, what's his problem?
Well, he probably fucked her hard right after the show, which would be about 3 o'clock in the morning, when he still had
forgot,
that
yeah.
stage juice, when he was
Right.
still all amped up from the stage juice. So figure, at most, that's only going to take you till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Then he goes to sleep. Then you wake him up at 8 o'clock.
9. It was 9.
Well, even that. That's still
But I
only
also
4
wanted to talk
hours
to him
of
about-
sleep.
I was talking with Bob about maybe trying to do some feed the police events like we used to do.
Okay.
And I think Bob is interested. We're just trying to get a couple of sponsors to help pay for the food costs and stuff
Sure.
like that. So I think that might happen again. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, that'll be great. Police
But it was
need
nice
to be
to talk to
fed.
Billy nonetheless. So
The police need to be fed. That needs to happen.
forget. It's not even about the feeding as much as it's about honoring the cops and letting them know that
Mhm.
we care about them. And so it is a good event, and we're going to try
Sure.
to get that going a little bit.
Well, that sounds
Um,
great.
So yeah, I needed to talk to Billy about that stuff. We got some news to talk about in a little bit, but I want to. Should I ask you my question now and then get
Go
into the
ahead.
Hulk stuff?
I'm
All right.
game.
So, first of all, I've been going through I go through this stuff. You've never had sepsis. You had a bad burn thing and all that kind of stuff, but sepsis is like really, really.
I had gangrene.
intense. So did you get sepsis from it?
I may have. I don't know. I was in and out of the coma at that point. But
And so, I read it. Yeah, I mean, that's what caused the coma and all that kind of stuff. And I've been reading a lot about it. And, you're really lucky to survive sepsis. I mean, it's one of those
Sure.
things that you get it, and there's a really good shot you ain't coming back.
mm-hmm.
And so, I'm thankful as all hell to be, to make it back and all that kind of stuff. But there are long-lasting effects.
Sure.
And there are long-lasting mental effects, I guess. I mean, like I said, I've been reading about it, and it's very people who get it and survive it tend to have shorter lifespans for whatever reason.
Okay.
But a lot of it comes from actually wanting or actually harming yourself. And I don't know why. I don't know what causes the psychological. I haven't read that much into it, but I read enough to know, what it says.
Okay.
And so, I go through literally a couple days, maybe 3-4 days a month where it's overwhelming, depression. And it's almost like it freaks you out a little bit. And I don't know why it happens. I mean, it's not like I'm sad about something. For the most part, I
Yeah.
got things pretty good. But I've read that it just kind of happens to people that get sepsis or had sepsis or whatever. Survived it, and it's just one
Well,
of
when
those
you
things.
get
and
depressed about it, let me ask you this: when you get the depression going from it,
yeah.
is it because you're worried about something coming back and biting you, or is
No.
it just you get thrown back into that moment? Or I mean, what is it?
It's not even so much that. I mean, there is those thoughts that go back in your head about what if this happens again or what. But it's I don't even know how to explain it. It's just this feeling of dread and
It's like a PTSD type thing.
and dread and doom, like I felt when when I was sick and everything else, but it's just there, and it really is. It's an overwhelming depression, and you think about all kind of different horrible things, and I'm not
Mhm.
trying to be a baby about it. I mean, that's just the way you can't stop your brain from doing certain things.
Sure. Sure.
And so, eventually, I just kind of talk to myself and say, hey, man, this too shall pass. You'll be all right. Hang in there, and, it'll go
Mhm.
away. And, it does generally. And so, but it seems like that past few days have just been kind of like that. Just this I don't even know what's wrong because there's really nothing I can say like this is wrong with my life.
Sure. Well, I mean, you probably had something that triggered you. I mean, that's probably what it is. Whether it's seeing another dude with one fucking leg, or, something to that effect, where it triggered your brain a little bit, and you being closer to your injury, you're gonna have that more. Like my first 5-6 years after the burn accident, I'd see a backyard barbecue going on, and I was running in the house. I just didn't want no part of it for a while, and then I got over it. Like it's like now I look at my burn stuff as extremely lucky, and burn stuff I don't get scared about anymore. Like I'll give you an example. For no other reason than it's on Tubi, I started watching The Shield this week. It's kind of been my go to sleep TV show this week is the the Shield, Michael Chiklis. You know that show.
Yes.
And so there's one episode where they have a guy that they find in a trunk of a car, and he's just burned to shit from blowing up a meth lab. Do you remember that episode? Did you see that show even?
I have not watched that show.
Oh, okay.
I've heard it's
well,
great.
well, there's a scene, and they open a trunk. A car crashes, and they open the trunk to see what's in the trunk, and it's this guy that's just burned to shit. And there's another scene. They take him to the hospital or whatever, and they're in the hospital, and the detective asks the cop, what's the prognosis? And she looks at him and goes, he's burned over 60% of his body. He's going to die. And I was burned over 60% of my body. I was burned 69%. So I was like, now if I would have seen this in the first 5 years after my accident, I'd have been like, oh my God, I'm on my way out the door. I can't stop myself. Today, I just kind of laughed at it and was just like, yeah, whatever. You can't take me out from that.
I generally don't get like sad about my problem, missing the leg and stuff like that. I mean, for the most part, I feel pretty good about overcoming it and actually, being around and walking and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it is literally overwhelming sadness. And I mean, like I mean, something did happen the other day. I fell getting out of my car.
Well, that ain't
I
good.
had, like a. There you are.
There we are. I don't know what happened.
You went
there.
away.
Pushed the wrong button, apparently.
I had a drink sitting in like the cup holder, and I needed to get it and get out, and I had a couple other things I was grabbing to get out of the car, and
Right.
I have kind of a low car to the ground. I mean, you have the same kind of car.
Yeah, same
It's a little
car.
low to the ground. It's not exactly. There's no SUV,
Right.
so it's a little difficult to get out, and especially I made the mistake of just having too much stuff in my hands and trying to get out of the car, and my prosthetic kind of went one way and my knee went the other way,
Ooh.
like inside of my prosthetic,
Right.
and I ended up falling into the side of my car and kind of twisted everything and kind of hit my back in the side of the car and then kind of fell, and it sucked. And that kind of stuff doesn't happen when you have two legs.
Right. Yeah,
And
but
so
there's the negative way to look at it, which is the way you did. That doesn't happen if you got two legs. The other way might have been you might have tore your ACL or MCL from twisting the wrong way.
Right, and I didn't. So that's
go.
fine. But I mean, I don't think that was a trigger to what this happens like again once a month probably, where it's just this, and that's why I kind of read up on like everything that I've had, like whether it's amputations or the sepsis and stuff. And the sepsis, I mean, if you read about it, it really is kind of
Killed my
scary
dad.
what it says.
Dude, sepsis killed my dad.
Really?
Oh yeah, my dad. I mean, he had dementia too, which didn't help. But the reason he was in the hospital in the first place was he had an artificial hip, and he got sepsis, and they had to pull it out. And then once they pulled it out to get to the sepsis or whatever, then he had a heart attack, so they couldn't close him up or put it back or nothing. So he just laid in bed until he died. Fun, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, sepsis will kill you. Hell yeah.
And I've read like apparently it has like long lasting effects, which nobody ever explained to me. Like in the hospital, they never said, "Hey, oh by the way, this is what you're gonna go through when you leave here."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I was in the hospital, there wasn't a whole lot of. There was therapy, but it was therapy to help me walk again. It wasn't therapy to tell me what I was going to face mentally when I left the hospital after being there for a month. They didn't have like a psychiatrist come in and say, "Oh, hey, you're going to experience some shit that." I'm
surprised they didn't have you at least meet with a shrink or whatever. They had me meet with a shrink for probably about 6 months, just to make sure that I wasn't going to go out and like murder people or something. I don't know why, because I didn't get a whole lot out of it, but they did have me go and see this doctor, Dr. Drebin. I used to have to go see her once a week for 6 months.
Yeah, I didn't get to see anybody about what it was going to be like.
Sure.
After dealing with the stuff that you're going to deal with whether it's again losing the leg or the blood illness and all that kind of stuff. Nothing
Mhm.
was, but so I'm kind of, I know it's been 3 years, but you're still handling all this stuff, and
Sure.
so it is what it is. But it's been a rough few days, to say the least. That's why I'm happy to be doing the show today, because I like doing
Mhm.
this.
Well, I'm
Um,
glad that we could make it a little better for you today.
Except this morning, it kind of depressed me again. So this is what I
Why?
wanted to ask your opinion on.
Okay.
So every day, per my routine, I go to the gas station to get my Diet Coke and my water and
Mm-hmm.
stuff that I get there at the exact same time, whatever. Uh, and so I go in today, and I'm standing there, and there's this cute girl rolls in, right?
Okay.
She had to be, I'd say, mid-20s to early 30s, it looks like, because she had, like, tattoos and stuff, and
Uh-huh.
really cute and kind of hot, to be honest with you. Nice body and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And so anyway, that really doesn't have anything to do with the story other than the fact that she was hot. And she leaves as soon as I'm leaving the gas station.
Okay.
And so I opened the door for her to let her out because I'm just being a gentleman. And she goes, "Oh, thank you, sir."
Okay.
And I sat back and I said, "What the fuck was that?"
What? Her
"Thank
calling you sir?
Yeah.
What's wrong
I'm
with
not
that?
an old dude.
Dude.
I figure
Stop
I
it.
look at myself as being the kind of guy that's like, she should have been like, "Hey, what's up? Thanks for holding the door there, man. Yeah,
Stop
what are
it.
you doing?"
Take a
And when
look
she
at the
called me
camera
sir,
real
I
quick.
felt like I was like her dad or something like that.
Take a look at the camera real quick.
I'm
Are
looking
you
at the camera. I see like a
Are you looking?
sexy young man. Look at
There
that.
you are. There
Yeah.
you are. With an all gray beard. And let's be honest. She sees the all gray beard and the missing leg and thinks you're a war hero.
Okay.
She's
But I
giving you
look,
respect.
well, okay. Well, then say war hero or something. At least, something cool.
What
But
would you have
thank
rather
you,
her say?
sir.
Semper Fi?
I look, I don't know. I mean, I've been told it was a sign of respect, but then I've been told by people online that it's welcome to the club or you're getting old.
Yeah, you
But
are.
I look at look, if you're like 60, that's a thank you, sir, kind of thing. Or like, I might say it to a young kid when he's hanging out and bags my groceries. Thank you, sir. But it's
Dude.
not like anything a sign of respect. It's just, but
You have
to me,
forgotten
she
you have
was calling
forgotten
me
your
old.
own youth. When you were 20,
Yeah.
20 years old, what did you think a 50-year-old person was?
Old.
Old. You're 50.
I'm not 50. I'm 49.
You're 50.
I'm 49, and my beard
Same
makes me
thing.
look distinguished,
Same
not
thing.
like old.
You're 50
Now-
or you're 49 and days. You're closer to 50 than you are to 30 by a lot. You got a gray beard. I mean, if you don't want people to call you sir, you better get some of that for men crap that you put in your beard.
Well, that's when I left the gas station. I was like, man, I got to stop like on the way home at like Drug Mart or something. I need to get some like beard dye and like hair dye and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm thinking about maybe by next Monday I'm going to have like an entire new look going on.
Oh, am I gonna make fun of you if you go with the dye?
I was thinking like jet black hair and beard and stuff. What? Why are you laughing about that? I think
Why?
look, I'm not old enough to be this gray. What
You
caused me
are.
to be this gray is a family.
You literally don't even realize that a year from now you could be grandpa.
One, you could stop that shit. Like,
Well,
now.
she's going to college.
I am way too young to be a grandpa.
John Drake, who is your age, became grandpa over the weekend or last Thursday. He's your age. And his stepdaughter that had the baby, not exactly young. She's 27. 27? She's of age to have a baby. And John's like 50, and he's got a baby, a grandbaby.
But
You
she
are old
enhanced-
enough.
I'm not old enough. And she enhanced my, this woman today enhanced my depression that I've been going through. I mean, I literally sat there on my way to work and I had like a tear running down my face going, have I really hit that age where I'm like, a cute girl, instead of going, hey, honey, how you doing? It was saying, hey, sir,
Yeah,
thanks
you
for
have.
holding the door for me, sir.
I got news for you. You definitely have. You
I
definitely
don't
are
want
that
to hear
age.
that. I don't feel mentally that way.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't make you any less of a sir. Take it as a compliment. Dude,
No.
with these fucking piece of shit Gen Zers that we have now, if they're actually being polite to you, take that as a compliment.
That's what some people said on Facebook too, is that it's a compliment and a sign of respect. I was like, but I don't want respect from that girl. I want her to be like, hey, this guy, if he wasn't married, I'd be all over this. And that's not the way that I felt when she was like, thank you, sir.
Well, she doesn't feel that way. Let's face it. She thinks she went to Vietnam, dude.
Vietnam. Not even the Gulf.
No, she thinks you went to Vietnam. If you ask anybody that's missing a leg, they've been to two places. They've been to Afghanistan or Vietnam. That's it. In people's minds.
Okay.
And so
I think I look young enough that I could have been in Afghanistan.
No, you don't. Absolutely not. You got a gray beard.
Again, gray happens to a lot of people. I know people that have been bald at 30.
Yeah. And you thought they were way older than they were.
All right, so you're saying I either need to shave completely or I need just for men, is what you're saying? Because
I would
have
say
to
shave
cure the problem.
completely. Dude,
Huh?
all I've heard for the last week and a half from people is that since I shaved my beard off, that I look 20 years younger. Which I don't know if that's true or not. I don't care because I'm growing the beard back immediately because I look like, I don't know, Chris Farley in a wig. So I need to grow the beard back sooner than later. But you do. I mean, dude, if you shave the beard off, you'll look younger. But
Tom
you don't
says-
need to worry about that. Dude, you are old. You are old. You're married. You're not going to be banging this girl. So who gives a shit?
Tom says he's 60 and said for me to watch my mouth. Look, I mean, Tom looks distinguished. He looks like, and he looks like a cool guy, the way he dresses and everything else. He looks like a cool dude. I mean, I that's why I had a hoodie on. I had shorts on. I got tattoos showing and stuff like that on my legs. I should not be called sir.
You be happy.
She should have given me her numbers, what she should have done.
She ain't giving you a number. Stop it. She's still gonna
Not
look
that I
at
would
you.
ever use it because I'm married.
She's still gonna look at you and say, "Way too old for me." You know when she
No.
would give you her number? If you got into a Lambo, then she'd give you her number. If you strolled out to your car and it was a modified Lamborghini.
So now what you're saying is I'm not only old, but I'm poor.
Well, that's the judgment for older guys.
Okay.
Women only want older guys if they'll fucking pay for everything.
All right, so here's another cure to my problem then. Seth Williams 32 on Venmo. So I don't have to look old, so cute girls call me sir anymore. Seth Williams 32 on Venmo.
Yeah, hold your breath on that.
I am not holding my breath on that one. No.
I got a feeling that you might actually have gray hair by the time you get a donation on that one.
I might lose all my hair, but I might get a donation on that one.
We might both be bald by that point.
Bald. We both might be 6 feet under by the time we get.
There's that too.
I'm going to ask. We have to have my wife ask for casket money on Venmo from this audience, and still not get a donation.
We'll get a sponsor for the casket. Seth will still take donations in death. Venmo.
Venmo.
At
Seth Williams 32
32.
on Venmo. She would have given you her number if she was a hooker. Well, okay. I mean, I'll take that anyways too. Look, I've thought about that. Like, I almost like, can I just go to a hooker? I want to ask my wife, can I please go to a hooker so I can get some sort of self-confidence back after being called sir? Or like have somebody go, yeah, just placate me and just make me feel better about myself.
Can't she just blow you?
The hooker?
No,
Yeah.
your wife.
Oh, but I mean, it's not. She knows me. Has been with me for 20 years. So that's
Yeah,
not.
but
the same.
I mean, can't she just do the uncommon? I used to call that the uncommon with my ex, where it was
Uncommon?
just like, yeah.
Yeah.
She would just come in and yank the pants down, start sucking the dick. It was like, okay, that's the uncommon, because it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does,
Right.
it makes you feel good.
Yes, but it does make me feel any younger. Or maybe if she did it like pretending, it was like after she does it, like go, "Thank you, sir." I mean, maybe that would be a better
There you
use of the
go.
word "sir," and maybe that would make me feel better about being called sir.
Or you could just be banging her from behind and have her go, "Oh, sir. Oh, deeper, sir.
Thank
Deeper,
you,
sir.
Another one, sir.
Harder, sir."
Then it might change my view on the word "sir." But this morning I was really bothered by it, and so I am thinking about. I really am seriously considering like the dying of the
I
beard.
will make. I'm telling you in advance. I will make fun of you like no one's business
Why?
because
'Cause
that
I'm
is
trying
such
to
a
improve myself.
because that's a clown look.
Clown look.
Everybody that does that looks like a fucking clown.
Nobody would even notice the difference other than maybe you
Bullshit.
here.
Bullshit. It always looks bad. It
If I do
always
it,
looks bad. Everybody I
dyes
know
her
that
hair.
does it. It looks terrible.
My wife dyes her hair; it always looks great. I can't tell the difference.
That's
Other than
dyeing
it's a
her
different
hair. This
color.
is a man dyeing his beard. It looks fucking stupid.
Why? I mean, I think I've seen men in the commercials that look pretty good.
Yeah, when they have professionals do it.
Well,
This
my
isn't
wife
you
is
in a
professional.
bathroom.
She's a professional. I'll let her dye my beard. And stuff.
Who is?
My wife.
Dude, it is such a bad look.
On
If you
some
do
people.
if you do it though, please wear the man girdle and the man purse with it too, so that I could just beat on you on all fronts.
Seth
Look.
could have impressed her with his cookware set.
There you go. There's a guy with a man beard, with a dyed beard, and dyed hair.
Okay,
He
but
looks
his
like
look
a villain from the 20s.
Yeah, well, because look at his nose and his eyes look like he's trying to be a villain. But I mean, I can't.
But
I
he's
think
not. That's a musician.
Right.
That's a musician trying to look young. That is Metal Church drummer Seth Howland, who was just the first name that came up in my mind of somebody that I knew dyed their beard.
Like I could definitely use a shave, and that'll happen. But then I think that just a nice. What do you think? What color would look good though?
Purple.
Deep brown.
Green.
All right. Look, I'm not like a freak here. I'm not trying to get piercings and stuff like that. I'm trying to, trying to enhance the look so I don't get called sir anymore, at least for a while.
I don't think that's gonna do it, man.
Well,
just
what
think
would do it?
shaving it
What if I got-
completely off would be better than dyeing it.
What if I got
in
like
my
a chain
mind.
wallet and like a
Yeah, Brian makes a good point. Just do it like Hulk Hogan. You could dye the beard dark, but you could dye the mustache gold.
blonde?
Mustache. You could be the
gotta do
real
something.
American. There's an opening.
I got it. Yeah, shut up. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm trying to get something that looks, somewhat sophisticated but younger.
Look at the pussy that Hulk Hogan got, Heather Clem.
I know, but I'm not built like him, obviously, and I'm not, a multi-millionaire. I need to have a look, some sort of look that's better than this.
You
'Cause
don't,
this
though.
ain't
You're
doing shit.
married. You're married. You don't need a look. Is your wife bitching about your look?
I'm sure deep down inside she is.
But I'm asking, has she bitched to you and said, "Man, are you
Well, she's
starting to
not
look
coming to me
old?"
like, wouldn't that be kind of mean if she's like, "Hey, by the way, you fucking
a
look
wife.
old, you dick."
It's a wife. A wife certainly will tell you every little stupid thing you're doing wrong.
No, I mean, I think she feels bad for me because of the leg thing. I think that she has sympathy for me just being.
Your
An
wife
ugly
doesn't
fat
tell you when
bastard.
you're doing bad, dumb shit.
Well, of course she does, but I don't think she's mean enough to say you're an ugly fat bastard.
Why?
Cause,
I know mine was. Mine had no problem telling me that.
but I think just a quick dye job or something. Well, I think a quick dye job or something like that would be good. Something different, or maybe like wear hats or something. There's gotta be like a backwards ball cap. Maybe that would work for me.
But then you know what you end up looking like if you do all this stuff? You ever been at the bar? See, you're not really a bar guy. But
I
if
used
you're
to.
okay, so at the bar, there's always that old lady that's still on the dance floor at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's what you look like. The old guy in the room trying to look young. People are going to look at you and look, "Hey, it's Fred Wurst." They're going to judge you with the backwards hat as trying to look younger than you are.
Okay,
Trying
maybe.
to look cooler
What if
than
I
you are.
like? What if I shape it? Like one of those like those boy band guys where I like have a thin line beard. Like,
You're still going to look like you're pretending to be something you're not.
okay, well, being what I am ain't working all that well.
As far as what? You're already married. You're not going to get anything.
I'm not asking to get anything, but I mean, at least a little attention or maybe look a little bit better. Maybe I'd feel better about myself if I had like a thin line beard thing goes around my chin or something like that.
Or maybe you'll feel even worse because you'll be trying to look young and you'll still fucking not be getting the attention you want, which will make you feel 10 times worse.
I'm not dyeing my hair purple, for God's sakes.
Yeah, get a fake tan, Habu says.
Okay, your boy, what's his name? Jackal?
Yeah.
Says get with reality, Seth, you're getting old.
Yes.
Look, I'm not as old as you, Jackal.
No one is. Jesus isn't.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm going through a midlife crisis.
Well, you definitely are if you're worried about this kind of shit, dude. I mean, dude, you're not gonna convince anybody that you're young.
I might.
You won't.
Or myself, at least.
You won't. You know that you're not, so you'll know it's fake, and you ain't gonna convince anybody else. Nobody's gonna say, "Hey, who's that young rock star over there?" Nobody's gonna say that.
I should do a Guy Fieri makeover, like the spiky blonde hair and stuff. And what if I did a whole thing, which is totally different?
Bro, it's still not gonna look any. Look, I'll just give you the straight talk. If you really want to do this stuff, the first thing you got to do, it's the same first thing I got to do. Lose 50, 80 pounds.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
weight doesn't make
you aren't going to paint away the pounds, which is ultimately what you're trying to do. You're trying to paint the beard so it covers your fat face. Same as I would have to do.
Look,
same as everybody else.
I know what I look like, but I'm saying as far as the hair goes, I don't want to be gray and stuff. Gray is for old.
You're old.
I'm not.
You are 50, or you will be.
When I cross 50, I think that would be older.
And how
but
long
I'm not
is
there
that?
Yet.
That's what, 10 months from now?
I have to cross 50, so 51.
Oh, please.
50 is not old. 50 is a new 40.
Please. It's all just a number. Who gives a shit? You are not going to be pulling Sydney Sweeney.
I didn't say it was. I'm not looking for. I'm married, but I think a makeover might be, what I need. Build a little confidence.
You're going to get a makeover to not get laid.
Well, I mean, there's nothing I can do with changing that. So I need a makeover of some sort, just so I feel a little bit more. Maybe I won't get depressed and sad all the time.
Do you think Judge Judy's going to look through the TV and say, "Hey, there's that young guy watching me"?
No, but maybe I'll get a little bit more, looks when I go out in public.
And if that happens, what if your wife gets jealous?
I mean, look, okay, I was jealous
and leaves you.
I've been jealous for 20 years of our marriage. When she
but you haven't left. You haven't been jealous enough to leave.
No, I've never leave my wife.
What if did? What if she said, "Hey, you're getting too much pussy attention. You're out of here."
I did the whole thing, dude. I bought now the girdle. I'm going for the face makeover with the head and hair and everything else. I think that it's just time to do a whole Seth over.
Except for the exercise.
Well, I mean, that'll come in time.
That'll come in time. No, it won't. That's the hardest thing to do.
Well, what do you want me to do? Go out and jog a mile with my leg?
Walk.
But, yeah, I understand.
Sit-ups.
I have a treadmill here.
Yoga.
Okay, we'll go take yoga classes together.
I do yoga every day. I do yoga every morning. I'd gladly do it with you if you want.
Brian says get a makeover and then go to your daughter's college and get a girl. I'm not looking to pick up chicks at college, man. I'm just looking to give myself a little bit more confidence when, we go out. And I think that
But what is the confidence going to help you with? I guess maybe,
just my own personal cycle,
I'm going to be honest.
Personal psyche.
I'm going to be honest here. I don't get this argument at all or this discussion at all because I'm the most confident person in the world. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks, says, does, whatever. I don't care. So I've never had the thought of, oh my God, look at this gray beard. I got to stay in today. And it sounds like you've had that.
Look, I've always been a fairly confident guy. Otherwise, I wouldn't do what I do for a living. I mean, what we do for a living, I'm, always out in public or doing things on the radio that are in public. I mean, I always,
Sure.
so you have to be somewhat confident. I don't really have, I've been made fun of for 20 years on the radio, 25 years on the radio. So it's not a matter of lacking confidence in that way or lacking, I wouldn't be able to get on here and even do a show if I didn't have confidence.
Sure.
But I'm saying as far as getting gray and looking older, I think that I can do some stuff. Greg says old is sexy or whatever. Come on. Chicks do not think older men are sexy. Well, some do.
Some
But
do.
obviously the girl today didn't. She was just like, hey, sir. Thank you, sir. Kiss my ass, chick. So I'm just
I
looking for
think she was
something.
being polite. You took an absolute rare polite moment and turned that into a negative.
It would have been polite if she took her top off and said, thank you, sir. That would have been polite. She did not do that. It was an obvious, hey, thanks, old man.
Thanks, Gramps.
Yeah, I mean, she might as well just said that. Thanks, Pops.
That's funny.
And she got in her nice SUV, most likely paid for by her sexy husband at home. And, oh, yeah, this old gray-haired, one-legged guy held the door for me today. Bitch. Call me sir. So I don't think it's a lack of confidence. I'm saying more or less I want to look younger. And I think that maybe if I did the whole dye job and stuff like that, I would look younger.
Well, you could try it. But I'm telling you, if it looks fucking
Look.
as artificial as Stet, I am going to definitely hammer you on it.
I fucking got, like I said, I got the girl. You know what else I bought the other day? I bought, it's like this particle cream. It's like to go underneath your eyes to get rid of the bags underneath your eyes and stuff. Like I bought face cream for men.
I didn't even know they had such a thing.
Yes. Face cream for men. So I can like put it underneath the eyes and gets rid of the bags and stuff and tightens your skin.
The rate you're going, you'll be getting handmade face cream for men. Jesus, stop with all this beauty tips. What's wrong with you?
Look, men get, okay, wait. Nobody gives shit to chicks who wear a lot of makeup and stuff.
It's chicks.
And then, okay, but they have stuff for men to help their skin and have good quality skin on my face and so what's wrong with being a little bit pamper
And
myself a
what
little bit like
macho
women
guy
do.
do you think puts on eye puffy stuff or whatever?
You don't think Brad Pitt or George Clooney are putting eye creams on themselves to make themselves
I
look
don't
the way
think
that
they're
they
going
do?
to advertise it. No.
Okay, what do you mean they're not going to advertise? They advertise by looking that way. You think that they just naturally look good their entire
Yes.
lives?
They're
No.
rugged.
No, they're
They're
fucking men who
rugged
use
men,
creams.
like
And
Kevin Costner. That's a
Yeah.
rugged-looking man.
Why? Because he's in Yellowstone? If he was in another movie, when he was in Waterworld, he wasn't that rugged. He's
Sure
a
he was.
douche.
He's swimming and stuff.
Stupid.
And he was
Right.
in his 30s.
All right.
Now that he's old, he's got a rugged, tough man look.
Those men stay the way that they look because they're using creams and powders and stuff like that, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
Ugh, well, you can have it.
I mean, literally sitting next to the sink is like I have like a my own personal makeup tray, but it's
Right.
not makeup. It's like it's got 3 different kinds of creams, including an under eye cream and then another face cream, and then just a lotion because my legs get dry. So I trying to make improve myself, and so now I'm thinking that maybe like a dye or something like that would help me look a little bit younger in the face. And
Why do I think you're going to buy this dye and it's going to sit right next to the moonshine and those pots and never get used?
God, it's not. Cody says to go to San Francisco and get the face cream for men for free.
Well, then let's do this. Let's make this fun. Why don't you get it tomorrow and dye your beard live on the show Wednesday?
Well, I mean, I can't dye it live on the show.
Why not?
I don't have a sink and stuff in here.
Get a
But I
bucket
could do
of
it
water.
I could get it dyed for for Monday's show.
Ah, do it live. Let the fans see you in all your need for attention glory.
It's not need for attention, and it's need to look younger.
I think you should do it live here on the show. Get the little brush, paint it.
I'm not gonna be able to do it live on the show
Why not? Get a little
because
mirror.
I don't have the equipment up here to do that.
All you need is a bucket and a little
A
hand
bucket,
mirror.
yeah, because I have just buckets hanging around the house. I'm gonna get a bucket
You
of
don't
water
have
up here.
one bucket in your house.
I do not have.
I
a
know
bucket.
you got 10 fucking pans that you could use. They all say Hell's Kitchen on the side of them.
And Guy Fieri, but no, come on, I'm not gonna ruin pans with dirty dye water.
Be Brian's with me. Great idea. You're going to do it. Do it.
I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to do it live on the show. I'll show
Why
it off on the
not?
show. Well, what do you think I'm going to do? Lie about it? I can't lie about it. If it's brown, it's
No,
brown.
but why not? Let the fans be part of it. Cody, come on, Bloom Daddy. Do it live.
Well, maybe I'll do it live on Monday. I don't have time to do that stuff today. Plus, you think I'm not going to swear during that episode?
Yeah, of course. Well, Monday's fine.
All
Next Monday would be good.
I'll see if I can.
Or next
arrange
Wednesday on Mines.
that. All right. Well, one of the
Now
two.
we're talking.
We'll see what happens. But I think that just a decent dye job would be good for me.
I think you're going to do it and want to die.
Okay, what's the worst that happens? What if it looks stupid, right? Okay, it's going to go away.
Yeah, but you'll the abuse that you are going to take.
I could shave it if it doesn't look
The abuse
good.
you're going to take from Bob the very next morning is going to be brutal. Bob is going to beat the living tar out of you on the air when he sees it.
Okay, but I'm not doing this for other men. I'm doing this for myself.
Yeah, I get that. But you're still going to have to live with the us fucking with you.
Nobody's going to fuck with me because you're going to go, oh my God, that looks really, really good.
No, I won't.
Really glad that you did
I
that.
I will absolutely be calling you Clarabelle and everything else for putting this fucking makeup on your face like a
Come
fucking
on. It's
clown.
not makeup. It's to. Why do they make it then? It's to improve your look.
But it doesn't.
Then why do they make it?
Why do they make that spray on hair? That's bullshit too. But
men
they make it.
Look, if men thought it was stupid and it didn't work for anybody, then they wouldn't make this stuff.
It's made for vain men. That's who it's made for. Men that have vanity problems.
Okay, I don't have any vanity problems though.
You clearly do if you're willing to do this.
Find a beauty salon that wants to do some advertising.
There you go. Maybe Anthony will do it.
I mean, I'm one of his girls. I'd be happy to have them do it.
We could do it live from Anthony's. We could do the
I'd
whole
love to do
show
that.
live from Anthony's.
That would be great.
I'd be game for that.
I would
like
be
Anthony.
absolutely game for that. I mean, he's done a makeover on me once before, but I just think, look, I got a few strands of gray
Phew,
that
you got a gray beard.
need to be. No, it's not gray. It's not totally gray. There's like some
You're
brown.
kidding, right?
Ew.
You're kidding.
Like there's some brown. Like
All right, I got to put you back
Sure.
on the screen here.
there's some
All
brown
right,
right here.
chat room. Chat room, is this a gray beard or a dark beard with a little bit of gray? Please answer the question.
It's peppered. It's a peppered beard.
That is a gray beard, man.
It's peppered. Peppery.
Peppery my ass. That is gray.
You have a gray beard, dude, not me.
I have a white beard.
You look like Santa. You probably
do.
dyed it white.
I don't dye it. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was still. But for the longest time, which is beyond weird, like this hair here is like dark brown.
Yeah.
This. But my beard, like even before it turned all white, was red. You
Really?
want to talk about a weird look. That was a weird look with the dark brown hair and the red beard. And you know what I didn't do the entire time? Dye it. I left it alone.
Jackal says it looks like a 50-year-old beard.
Yeah.
No, it looks like a stress beard. If I
Gee,
wasn't
I can't
stressed in
imagine
my
that
life,
a 49-year-old man that lost his leg might have enough stress to make his beard a little gray. Of course.
skunk beard. More than a pepper beard at this point. Look, I'm just telling you, but if it was caused by stress and not natural causes, then I should be able to dye it back to what it should be.
I'll never understand you, man.
I mean, I'm getting rid of some of my stress. My daughter's going off to college. But I guess that'll cause me more stress. But no, I think this is a good idea. I want to arrange something either to get it done and have the show there, or just do it myself on the show, or whatever I got to do. I think a dye job would be good.
All right.
I'll consult with my wife today, see what she says.
All right. Have her do it on the air. Have her help you.
Because what's the worst that happens? It's not going to cause my face to fall off, which might be better.
What if she hates it? Will you shave it off? What if you like it and she hates it?
Okay, I got a makeover before that she hated. When I did shave it off completely, and she cried hysterically because she didn't like what she saw underneath the beard. That's why I grew the beard back. Talk about stress. When your wife fucking thinks you're that ugly, when you shave your beard off and you have to grow it back, then you got a problem.
So then why would you mess with it?
Because
you might have to shave it off.
I think she'll like it. I think she'll like a new color. But I don't know what I should do. Whether I should go black on black, hair and beard, or should I just go like a brown kind of thing?
Right.
So I don't know what I would do.
What is the top? Is it brown? I can't tell if it's brown or black.
It's brown.
Yeah, so go with the brown. I think on those boxes they have like the little measure thing that you can match, don't they?
Yeah. Or maybe I should do like a blonde beard.
All right, Hulk. Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, we can move on from this ridiculous talk, but I am going to do something. So
all right,
be prepared for new and improved Seth at some point in the next week or so.
Can't wait.
And there's going to be nobody at the gas station calling me, sir. They're going to be like, holy shit, look at this makeover guy.
They're going to be, hey, kiddo.
I'm going to have to start going to a different gas station, though, because they all know me at that one. So I'm going to have to start a new routine so they don't see me looking, with my new look. I don't know if they'd like it. So
ridiculous.
It's not going to be ridiculous. It's going to be
you're already so worried that it's going to look ridiculous that you're thinking about changing stores so you don't have to deal with people.
Cody says, just do what you want and fuck what anyone else thinks. Amen.
And I agree with him. Do whatever you want, but you're going to have to take some beating.
No, I think you're going to like it. I think you, of all people, are going to go, dude, I was wrong.
Okay.
I think that's honestly what's going to, you're going to be like, Seth, and I demand an apology when you do.
I'll be like, Seth, you look so young. You look 22.
When I show you or do it on the show, whatever we do, and you're like, oh my God, he actually does look a hell of a lot better. I want an apology on the air.
Look, if I truly think that, I have no problem saying I was wrong and apologizing. But
all right.
I know it won't happen. Because
you don't think I'll do it, do you?
No, I know you'll do it. But I know me. Anytime I see anybody with a dyed beard in their face, I just look at them and shake my head like, what a fucking loser.
Here's the problem, is that you're going to know that I'm doing it.
I would know
so you're going into it
I would know
already.
That you did it when you show up one day with a dark beard after having gray stare at me twice a week for fucking 2 years.
But the problem is you're already going into it with a negative attitude.
No, I'm not. If it looks good, I'll be honest. I will be honest.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's one thing I can count on you for is honesty.
Yeah, I will be honest. If I look like a schmuck, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if I look like a schmuck and you come in and you just look like fucking Brad Pitt. Fine, I'll acknowledge that.
Look, I know that I'm not going to look like Brad Pitt. I can't erase the rest of my face. So I'm going with, just hopefully an improved version of me.
Okay.
So, all right. Speaking of honesty, you were brutally honest about the death of my hero. Let's take a quick break.
All right.
And talk about Jim Florentine and stuff in our break, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll be back and talk about my hero who passed and you made fun of me.
All right. Here we go.
Hang on.
Get ready. The Seth Williams Show is going live Friday, September 12th at 4 p.m. Join us for lunch and a hilarious podcast interview with the one and only Jim Florentine.
When I was a kid, I got home from school at 3 o'clock. My mom goes, go play in the neighborhood till 6 o'clock. Come back then for dinner, and that was it. There was no communication from 3 to 6. And I'm still here, and everybody else is, right? It's fucking weird, isn't it? Yeah, all right, a couple cute kids went missing, but that was collateral damage. What are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, they took the bait, went for the candy. What are you going to do? I wasn't a candy guy. Yeah, you're not going to get me in a van with a Tootsie Roll, you know?
And Don Jameson.
Because remember when the most dangerous jobs in America were, law enforcement, active military, one of Danny Masterson's dates from that 70s show? No, I'm glad you guys are laughing at these jokes because here's the thing. We're so politically correct nowadays, aren't we? It's gotten too crazy, man.
This incredible event, including lunch, is brought to you by Smokin' Rock and Roll and Audio Base Studios. Space is super limited. Only 10 lucky fans will be selected. Send your email to sethwilliamshow@gmail.com. Seriously, you don't want to miss this.
Right back here on the Seth Williams Show with Chris Akin.
Yes, we are back.
And I'm
And
even
everything's
getting
working.
emails.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm even getting emails saying that I think it's a great idea what you're doing.
Oh, well, good.
Well, don't forget, you can email us, SethWilliamsShow@gmail.com. SethWilliamsShow@gmail.com.
Was that email from Mr. Grecian of Grecian Formula for Men?
I mean, no. I mean, you can make fun all you want, but we'll see what I can manage here.
All right. I cannot wait to see this.
Me too. I think it's gonna look damn sexy. People are working. Be like, oh my god, do we hire somebody else? Look at this guy.
They'll be like, oh,
Right.
that other guy's back. The young guy's back.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, oh my god. I might even go in with like pants on so that they can't see the fake leg. I'll be like, holy shit, we hired a new guy.
I
And
gotta
this one
fuck
is
him.
so. It looks like Seth's brother, like his sexy twin brother.
Brian in the chat room. Seth is a real American, dyeing his beard for every man. That's funny.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Give it a week. So speaking of brutally honest, Chris,
Yes.
I called you the other day
Yeah.
when the news came out that my hero, a gentleman that I've met a few times in my life,
Mm-hmm.
the best entertainer in sports history, bigger than Muhammad Ali, bigger than all these other nonsense,
All right, you're already stretching too far, but go ahead.
bigger than all these other nonsense, athletes, whatever you want to call them. He's bigger than Tom Brady, bigger than anybody. Hulk Hogan passed away
Yeah.
at the age of 71. And I told you what happened.
Yeah.
And the first fucking thing out of your mouth, you dick,
Mm-hmm.
was, oh, it looks like Jesus just dropped the leg on
Drop
Old
the big
Hulk
leg
there.
on the Hulkster.
Now, if that's not messed up, I don't know what is.
Come on.
Why
it
would
was a
you say
funny
that?
joke. It was a funny
It-
joke.
A funny joke to somebody who I literally cried, man,
Because of my joke or because the Hulkster died?
because of the Hulkster dying.
Yeah, it's a joke. Stop it.
Like, I literally, when I was talking to you, I had tears coming down my face because it just happened.
Well,
Literally
then
just
I
happened.
straightened it out. I straightened
Yeah,
it out.
and then
And then once I said what I said, then you were mumbling to yourself, "Fucking dick, asshole," and it took your mind off it. I did you a favor.
Well, at least some of that is true.
I know I did you a favor.
Yeah, that was great. And I'll tell you this though, man. There's been a lot of outpouring of support I've seen
Sure.
online, and people are posting videos, which I really love. Actually, watching these videos, and I posted my picture of me and Hogan from when I met him at the radio stations and stuff up at iHeart.
Sure. And you
And-
just met him like 6 months ago, right?
Yeah, he went to the Strongsville Giant Eagle, and
Right.
he was standing right next to me when he was walking into the building. And we, Bob and I interviewed him maybe about a month later, and it was pretty cool. I mean, it was a good interview and
Well, there you go.
fun talking to him. But again, humanity creeps into things online on Facebook.
Of course.
And you have, sites like Channel 3, Channel 19, all these liberal fucking sites, and they're posting stuff on Facebook, and they post about Hogan dying. And I'll tell you what, the majority of the posts that were on these liberal sites
Right.
were fucking hate for Hogan.
Oh, the whole racism thing, right?
But he apologized how many different times for that? Numerous times.
Doesn't matter.
And-
you know that.
But it should. I mean, there are people out there that
I-
are really racist that deserve the hate that they get, and that's fine.
I can say unequivocally, my dislike of Hulk Hogan has nothing to do with his hate, with his racist comments. Nothing.
And I had talked to somebody that actually was pretty familiar with him, and he said, look, he was never a racist even a little bit.
Sure.
He may have said some stupid things once, but he was not like that. And there are a lot of people that say stupid things. People make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
There was one perfect man in his world, and he's not here anymore.
No, I'm right here.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, it's two. And so everybody makes mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy was a living legend. I mean, he, was worldwide. No, not some of
Sure.
these stupid stars that think that they're celebrities around here, but he's worldwide. And you could say what you want about his wrestling. I talked to Bob about it this morning, and he kind of agreed with you in some ways, saying technical wrestler wasn't the greatest,
No, he wasn't.
but
He was a showman, is what he was.
showman and entertainer,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to find a better one.
Look, we talked about this some on the CMS on Saturday, and I'll say exactly what I said there. And it's not going to piss you off because you'll probably agree with me on it. Other than you won't agree with the fact that I think he was a bad wrestler, because he was a bad wrestler. He was not fun to watch. That being said, as an entertainer, he was the man. I mean, nobody ever moved more people than him. And he was the first one to transition it into movies and his own shows and, this and that. And without him, there would be no WWF or WWE. It wouldn't have happened. It would not have happened if they would have not had Hulk Hogan and they would have, I don't know, if they would have tried to build it off of the Iron Sheik, who was also there at the time. Wrestling would still be this little thing that happens in gymnasiums. Hulk built it. I'll take nothing away from the fact that he built it. I'll take nothing away from the fact that his heel turn in '94 for the NWO is the biggest single event in wrestling history. Unquestionable, unarguable. There's no bigger moment in wrestling history than that. So I'll give him that. I didn't personally enjoy it, but a lot of people say that his match with The Rock in WrestleMania 18 is the greatest wrestling match of all time.
Yeah.
Again, I don't necessarily agree with that, but it was entertaining. And obviously it's of two juggernauts of fame, two very famous men that wrestled. So I don't want to take
But
nothing
he
away
paved the
from
way
Hulk.
for people like The Rock
did, of course he
and Stone
did.
Cold and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Him and Vince McMahon both were shunned out of wrestling, more or less. But you cannot take away what they did. Without them, there is no wrestling.
No. And even Vince McMahon, who has been nowhere lately. I mean, you don't see or hear a word from that fucking guy
Sure.
after all the accusations against him. But he even came out with a statement saying, hey, look, man, it's because of Hulk that WWE was as big as it is.
And I agree with that. I agree.
Look, and
fully
you're
with
right,
that.
man. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and play games, dude, and lie about it just to try to be right. He wasn't a great wrestler.
No.
I mean, his shit and his shtick in the ring was great. When he would Hulk up after, being a sleeper hold or whatever it is, and, all of a sudden he's firing back and does the slam and does the leg and all that. But it wasn't like great technical wrestling moves.
Dude, and nor should it be, because let's be honest. If you name the top 5 or top 6 wrestlers of all time who are of celebrity all time, the biggest ones, I don't want to say the top wrestlers, but the biggest wrestlers of all time, it's a whole list of people that couldn't wrestle in the ring.
And that's
It's
it.
John
we asked him
Cena,
about-
Hulk, Flair, Undertaker, who else? Stone Cold and The Rock.
Yeah.
None of them were good wrestlers.
Andre the Giant was a terrible wrestler.
Andre was he was god-awful to watch. But he had a thing. He was 7'9" or whatever.
The closest to a superstar who had personality and I think could actually wrestle a little bit might have been Macho Man.
Kurt Angle.
But wasn't he professionally wrestling trained, like
Yeah, he was an Olympic gold medalist.
in wrestling, but not the real wrestling, not fun
No,
wrestling.
but I mean, he was also very entertaining. Like, he was good on the mic as well. I think Kurt Angle is probably the closest to being a perfect wrestler that we've seen in our lifetime, because he was great in the ring. He could do any move, including all the flippy flop flying stuff. He was funny. You know, some of those vignettes with him playing the little guitars or spraying the milk on the, you know, I mean, he was definitely the guy that could do it all.
Right.
But he wasn't big enough. Like, he wasn't a big enough celebrity, though. As
No.
good as he was, it didn't elevate him to Hulk's level or even close. Not even close. Hulk may have sucked in the ring, but the ring didn't matter. What mattered was the lights going down and the dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun.
as soon as you heard that music, the
Yeah.
place erupted.
Everybody went batshit crazy. And I saw Hulk live a few times, and you can't even express his entrance at a regular house show was
Yeah.
like Stone Cold coming out for a WrestleMania.
Right.
It was always huge. Every kid in the room went crazy. A lot of the dads. I can't tell you. I saw Hulk 5 or 6 times live. And almost like, you know, they always focus on the little kids in the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you ever look next to the little kids, you see a dad dressed like Hulk Hogan.
Right. But and then he had the whole, you know, bringing the American into it and have the American flag and everything else. I mean, he became a symbol for the nation. And then, you know, when he fought guys like Sheik and then Sergeant Slaughter when he turned and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
Sergeant, yeah.
and Nikolai Volkov. And it was America versus these bad guys.
Sure.
Not just Hulk versus the bad guys. It was America versus the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a nation on his side. And like, it was just, and he ripped the shirt off, and the gimmicks and all that kind of stuff it was great. And then at the end of the match, man, it's not gay, but at the end when he's going from either side and he's doing that with the ear and going to, you know, every side of the arena. I mean, people fucking loved it and ate that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so good at what he did as far as entertainment.
He was. I will take none of that away. I mean, dude, there's a reason that the guy was the headliner for the first, 8 WrestleManias or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he headlined, or I think it was 8 of 9. Like somewhere in the middle there was the Ultimate Warrior one, I think.
Yeah, I never got into him. I thought he was just
I didn't like I didn't like any of those gimmicky guys. Like I always wanted the Kurt Angles or Mr. Like I was way more into Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart than I ever was for Hulk. And they just built him up to be so undefeatable that I didn't care about the feuds. You know what I mean? And maybe that's WWF's fault for doing that to me, but it was hard for me to get into Hulk Hogan because you would watch it and there was no chance. I mean, they would bring in a big feud and they'd have Bam Bam Bigelow beat Hogan up or whatever. And then they would announce, hey, at SummerSlam, it's Bam Bam Bigelow against Hulk Hogan. You didn't even need to watch that match. You knew that Hulk was going to win.
But like, you know, when he told the story on Bob's show about, you know, that WrestleMania with Andre, and you know, Andre, you know, he says, anyways, he claims that going into the match, he didn't know who was going to win because Andre didn't like to let people win or that kind of stuff. And it wasn't really scripted out like it's supposed to be in a lot of cases, and that he kind of went in there and kind of didn't know what was going on. And at some point, Andre told him slam.
Right.
And then he picked him up, did the whole slam, and then Andre just kind of laid there while he won. And he's like, Andre let me win. He's like, if it wasn't for Andre letting me win, I wouldn't have had the career that I had.
Sure.
And, you know, that kind of stuff is kind of interesting. I like hearing the behind-the-scenes stuff. I mean, I you know it's fake. You know it's all written out. But some stuff was like that back in the day, I guess. I don't know.
Have you watched that new show, that was it Unreal or Unscripted or whatever it's called on Netflix?
No.
They have a brand new show that they're doing that shows all the backstage, all the real stuff that's going. I haven't watched it yet, but I think it's called Unreal. but
Huh.
supposedly it's about all the backstage and staging matches and all that other stuff.
Like, we asked Hulk like who would be on his like Mount Rushmore of wrestlers,
Mm-hmm.
and he of course said Andre, and he said
Bruno.
Hulk. He said Hulk himself, and he said that I think, but I don't remember who else. He's a Macho Man maybe, and then he said that the one that he would pick from like this generation or our generation, anyways, would have been Stone Cold. He said Stone Cold is the closest thing
Sure.
to Hulk that there was because he just controlled the audience.
True. I think
And-
Stone Cold may have had a little more charisma than even Hulk. But he doesn't get to have that without Hulk paving the way.
Right.
I mean, I'm not, again, as much as I'm goofing a little bit because I just did not enjoy watching Hulk Hogan wrestle, I certainly understand that, dude. To the bigger picture for me personally, and probably you as well, last week losing Ozzy and Hulk Hogan,
Oh my God.
those are the
Yeah.
two biggest names in the entertainment that has powered my life.
It was a Gen X slaughter.
It really was. I mean, honestly, there's never been and never gonna be a bigger wrestler than Hulk Hogan. There's never
and-
gonna be. No
And
chance.
same thing with Ozzy. I mean,
And
honestly, when
yeah.
it comes right down to it, I asked my daughter this the other day. Maybe people can weigh in on this because I'm interested to know what you think too, Chris.
Sure.
Well, I'm looking at some of the comments about this, and
Uh-huh.
Sting was perfect. I don't like Sting. Mick Foley was crazy, but he had like 3 different characters he played. And I don't know. It didn't,
I liked Mick Foley, but I agree with you. I loved Mankind. I didn't so much like Cactus Jack, and I absolutely hated when he came out as Dude Love.
Dude Love was fucking terrible.
Terrible. Yeah, baby, we got the
Yeah.
girls with us. And meanwhile, he looks like Mick Foley. He's not getting
And I
girls.
met the guy and interviewed him at the radio station once.
Sure.
After hours, he wrote a kid's book, and he was a super nice guy. But some of it was just stupid shit. But so what I was talking to my daughter about, or my wife about, was Ozzy dying and Hulk dying, but Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy did 55 years of fucking music,
Yes.
and Black Sabbath, probably the biggest metal band of all time, created metal.
Yeah,
Really.
they created it. Yeah.
And Ozzy solo career was fantastic.
Hall of Fame career as well. Yeah.
So, can you think of another musician bigger that could die currently?
No.
Or even past. I even started like naming like, is Elvis dying bigger than Ozzy dying?
No. I mean,
Maybe Lennon dying is bigger than
Lemmy?
Lennon.
Oh, John Lennon, maybe. We talked about this a little Saturday as well, and it's like, again, these are not necessarily guys we like. I personally like this guy's music, and I think it would be bigger, would be Springsteen. Springsteen is really beloved.
I hate him so much.
I know you do because of his politics, but if he died, the world shuts down. Honestly, but there's
I
not
don't
a
know if
bunch.
that's true anymore.
I think so. I think
I don't
it
know if
still
that's
is.
true. I think if you would have said 15 years ago, yes.
True.
Do I
Same
think
with
now?
Bono. Bono's
I mean,
another
there's
guy.
a lot of people that would be like, "Fuck that guy," and good riddance. Now, I'm
Yeah,
not saying I'm
true.
one of them. I don't celebrate people's death,
Yeah.
but I'm saying now I'm not sure if that would be the case.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Bono.
not many. McCartney,
Maybe.
but I don't
Mick
think
Jagger?
I still don't think McCartney will be bigger than Ozzy, just because other Beatles have died.
Jagger.
Jagger, I think, would be Jagger or Keith Richards. Probably Keith. I know Jagger's the bigger star, but just because the running joke for the last 40 years has been Keith Richards outliving everybody, I think when Keith Richards finally goes, it's going to be a huge day. I
So I'm
think
trying to
maybe
think of like
Clint
people that would be
Eastwood.
actors, singers that would be like the big ones.
I think De Niro would still be a giant one. I know you don't like him anymore, but I think
Again,
it'd be a
I
huge
think
one.
15 years ago it would be ginormous. I'm not
think
sure
it
that
still
you
would
get the
be.
same reaction today.
I think he'd still be massive. Wouldn't take very long for those clips of Goodfellas to float around the media and everybody and their brother watching Goodfellas at casino for a weekend. There's not many, though. I do agree with you. There's not many. There's, the guys that we are naming right now are the elite of the elite. I think if Taylor Swift had a stroke, you might see something on that level.
Yeah, but for an age range, it's like 20 and younger.
I think Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think Michael Jordan might be up there with
Michael Jordan. Again, another guy that I fucking can't stand. I think LeBron would be one.
I think LeBron would be one only because of
people love that cat, man.
Look, I think LeBron would be one if he died now, only because of his youth. I don't know if we're going to remember him when he's 70 and go, oh my God, LeBron James died.
I don't know. I mean, it's been 20 whatever years since Michael Jordan, and we both just said, yeah, Michael Jordan might be one.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan, I think, is an untouchable entity when it comes to basketball and sports.
True.
I mean, I don't know if LeBron is that. I mean, he's a great basketball player, whether you like him or not. He's a great basketball player. Mm-hmm. But even now, in his, I guess his age for what he has, playing now, is he really? People look at him as a flopper and a guy that surrounded himself with talent to win championships.
Yeah, but
the only true championship that guy fucking has is here in Cleveland.
It's the Cleveland one, yeah.
Because he didn't surround himself with superstars.
You forget how quick people forget the bad stuff. Tom Brady. Tom Brady had a season where he played one play? And got hurt and sat out for a year? Didn't he? Yeah. 1 year? So, I mean, he wasn't perfect either.
Wayne Gretzky.
See, I don't think Wayne Gretzky, he wasn't even the greatest in his sport. I think people would argue Gordie Howe or...
Would you put Eddie Van Halen's death up there with Ozzy?
Ozzy? No. And I love Eddie. Don't get me wrong. I think Eddie's great. But there's a zillion guitar players. Honestly, I think Dimebag's death was a bigger deal than Eddie's death. Not because he was a better player, but because of how. And you got to remember the how is part of it. If Prince. Dimebag would have died of natural causes. Look, Dimebag's brother died of a heart attack. We don't even fucking talk about it.
Talk about him, no.
But Dimebag gets killed on stage, and it's, the legend Prince? Of all legends. Prince was a biggie.
Michael Jackson was a biggie.
Michael Jackson was probably the biggest in our lifetime. I would say Michael Jackson was bigger than Ozzy. Yeah.
I would say that. Tom Cruise.
He is well liked.
He's one celebrity that I know he's crazy with the whole Scientology thing, but he doesn't bother me like George Clooney bothers me.
He stays out of the media. He doesn't talk about his politics or anything.
No, and really. He does all his stunts and everything. He's kind of a badass and just a good actor and does fun movies.
And the only time we really hear about him is when he's doing a movie.
And he doesn't do movies to win Academy Awards. He does movies because they're fucking fun to do.
Yeah, it's Mission Impossible 12 or whatever.
Tom Petty, no.
Tom Petty.
I don't put Tom Petty up there with.
I don't even think I listened to a Tom Petty song the day he died.
Oh, I like Tom Petty though. Wait a second, Jackal. What's the name? Jackal.
Jackal. Yeah.
Says Michael Jackson was like, who cares?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Jim is dumb though.
He was like the biggest superstar in the world.
You just have to remember, Jim lives in a bubble, and anybody that doesn't fall in that bubble is useless to him. He's also the guy that says that Sidney Sweeney is ugly, and there's never been any good guitar players except Richie Blackmore. So,
well, you just said Richie Blackmore. If he died, that would be huge. Really?
If Richie Blackmore died, I don't think 10 people would put on a fucking Deep Purple song.
Gene Simmons.
See, Gene is a big one because he's, again, obviously Kiss is monumental. But he also did do movies and TV and.
Yeah, but I don't think if Ace died that it would be as big as Gene.
No, not at all. Because Ace has been playing clubs for the last 20 years. Gene's never had a come down.
James Hetfield
would not be bigger than Ozzy. would be to me, but I don't think overall. I don't think even the big one in Metallica would be Lars, not James, and even that. I mean,
Why would that be bigger than James?
because Lars invented the band, and Lars keeps up with.
But it's
the
not very
band.
good.
Doesn't matter. Neither's Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is the wrestling equipment to Lars Ulrich in Metallica.
Lars wanted a twin sandwich with my wife and her sister.
Well, should have made him. Should have said that she should have said she would have fucked him if he could play one song correctly.
And you were talking about getting a guy on the show that from another band.
Who?
And,
Just say it. It doesn't matter.
No, from another.
Oh yeah,
Megadeth
I
band.
know you're talking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm. You don't know certain things, and if I did that interview, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. Now I know the person I know is only 18 at the time, but still, got issues.
I'll just keep it for my Chris Akin Presents.
But maybe because it would still be fun to talk. But
Sure.
we'll talk about that later.
All right.
But yeah, I think it's an interesting conversation to think of who would be. I mean, I don't think Dave Mustaine would be fucking anything.
Not
to
even
care
in the
about.
same. That's not even the same discussion, dude. The interesting thing, if you really wanna, has there ever been a week that we lost two bigger stars?
Yeah, I can't remember that.
I can't imagine that there is. I just cannot imagine that there. And we're not even talking about some of the other people. I mean, those aren't the only two guys that died. I honestly feel kind of bad for Malcolm Jamal Warner because he's been forgotten.
I know.
My man was out there trying to save his daughter from drowning and drowned. We forgot all about him because of Ozzy and Hulk.
And he was another Gen X, superstar, man. I mean, the
Yes.
Cosby Show was huge, and him dying was.
And he was good in
Well, it was
Sons
really
of Anarchy,
sad.
too. Yeah. That's a good one, Cody. Mike Tyson. That's a good one.
It's a good one, but at the same time, I'm not sure that
He's so loved
by some.
by most.
There's a lot of people that wouldn't give a fuck that a rapist died.
Yeah. I don't disagree, but I mean, he is so loved.
Golden earring guitarist.
Yeah, he did die. George Koisman or whatever.
Garth Brooks.
That's one, I think, 15 years ago. Yes.
Yeah.
15 years ago, yes.
He's kind of disappeared. You don't hear much of that
On
guy.
purpose. He just disappeared. He can still do it. I know he played a concert after one of the Thursday night football games, and I watched it, and it was fucking great. I mean, he's still great. And quite honestly, having seen Garth live,
Yeah.
that's one of the best shows you could ever see.
Angus Young.
Not even in the same ballpark. They've had guys die. It didn't matter.
Yeah, but Angus, I think, is the one that really stands out in the band, right? I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Angus Young versus Ozzy? Nah, that's not even close. Yeah, that's right. Chuck Mangione died this week, too.
Yeah, I remember because I called Bob and I said, "Look, see, they come in threes. Malcolm Jamal Warner, and it was like Ozzy, Hulk." I was like threes, and he doesn't believe that theory. He goes,
Sure.
and he sends me a picture of Chuck Mangione dying. I was like, "Who the fuck is Chuck, dude?" Okay, great. He had a song. He played a trumpet. Nobody gives a. He was on the same tier as Ozzy. Is he on the same tier as Ozzy Osbourne?
No, not at all.
Come on.
Same with the Golden Earring guy. I mean, how many Golden Earring songs can you name? Two? Same two that I can?
Same two. Radar Love.
Radar Love and Twilight
Twilight
Zone.
Zone.
That's it.
There was a guy who, I guess I won't say his name, but he used to be kind of prominent, politician, at least on the west side of town.
Okay.
And he posted something like, he was a mayor of a town, I'll just say that. And he posted something like, on the day that Ozzy died, He posted, I hope he had his coming to Jesus moment before he died, being satanic worshiper and all this kind of stuff, and just bashing the shit out of Ozzy. And I mean, I know for a fact that this fucking guy posted stuff about like, yeah, don't you love it seeing a fat guy order a Diet Coke? And then he said, I went to Disney and all I saw are these fat asses driving scooters around the park, and it's disgusting. And it's like, and so I posted that. I said, well, you seem to be a very judgmental person, making fun of people that you don't fit your norm.
Yeah.
And so I went back to check and see, like, if he commented on it or anything, and he deleted his entire post.
Of course he did.
People don't like it to called out.
No.
I mean,
Well,
don't
they don't
call
like
out
to
other
have to
people. Who the
answer.
fuck are you to judge?
Yeah. And of course they're awful brave behind the keyboard.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
this Mayor Dick Fuck here, I'm sure doesn't go up to somebody at Disney World and say, "Hey, fat fuck, what are you doing riding this thing?" No, why? Because he
Right.
get punched right in his fucking mouth.
Exactly. And like another kid, I say kid, I don't know what he was because he was on Facebook, but started giving Hulk shit. He's like, fuck him. He was an evil person, and goodbye. And I said to him, what's the difference between the Hulk Hogan funeral and your funeral? I was like, people are actually going to cry at his. And he goes, you're a dick face. And I said, what are you, 12? You're calling me a dick face?
Dick face.
Dick face. I was like, all right, come back later when you got something else for me.
Dick face.
Dick face. These people, man. These people are so nuts.
Just grow to hate them all.
Yeah. I mean, it was a sad week, though, man. It was.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was a sad time because, again, it hit our generation hard, man.
Yeah,
And,
it really
like-
did. Even Golden Earring was sort of our generation.
Yeah.
I mean, that's early 80s, 82, 83.
I called my dad. I was like, isn't it kind of funny that, Ozzy, the guy who drank his life away, and Hulk Hogan dies earlier than
Yeah.
than he did. It was, Mr. Eat your vitamins and exercise. And now the problem is, I'm sure the steroids probably destroyed his heart. But
Probably did. Dude, Cody in the chat makes a good one. Vince McMahon. That will
Hey.
be a big one.
a big one for who, though? I mean, how many wrestling fans are there compared to non? I mean, I think Hulk Hogan touched people's lives, even though he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was a wrestler, but he touched people's lives. And he had more than that. He had cartoons. He had movies.
Yeah, he
had-
did. He did, but I think a lot of people watched wrestling,
I agree.
especially in the Attitude Era when he was Mr. McMahon the character, not Mr. McMahon the backstage guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like Hulk, he does have the different eras of his career, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has the era that none of us knew that he was even the owner of the company. Remember
Right.
when he
When
was
he's
just the
standing backstage
announcer?
doing interviews.
Yeah, he was like the announcer guy, and then he was the leader, the head of the company, and then he became Mr. McMahon.
I like the era
And
when
then
he
he
was
shit
out
on
there.
a girl's head.
Yeah. I like the era when he was out there and getting his ass kicked by Donald Trump.
I love that. It's fun.
It was good shit. I don't know, man. It was. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who do you think is next? I'm trying to think of like.
Next to die,
I mean, Zeppelin guys are pretty old. That would be.
Zeppelin-
Would that be big?
that would be a big one.
Robert Plant?
or Jimmy Page, probably Jimmy more than Robert, but yeah, those two would be very big. Bruce Dickinson be another one, be very big. But I still don't think any of these are bigger than Ozzy.
No.
I mean, Ozzy invented heavy metal. Ozzy and Black Sabbath. I even tried to go down the rabbit hole about what about the other guys in Black Sabbath? What about
Yeah.
Tony Iommi? Tony Iommi is the only one, I think. Certainly not Geezer, certainly not Bill Ward, but
No, but I don't think any of those are household names. I mean,
No,
I think
not
Ozzy
at
made
all.
himself a household name with the
Mhm.
Osbournes too,
yeah.
and of course his solo stuff. I mean, the other guys from Sabbath, I mean, fine.
Mhm.
Even other singers for Sabbath are fine,
Yeah.
but they're not Ozzy.
Cody, I'm going to disagree with you slightly here. Schwarzenegger and Stallone. I'm going to go back to what Seth was saying 15 years ago. Certainly. Now,
Yeah.
And what's the last movie these guys had? Tulsa King and Expendables 3 or whatever?
Yeah.
None of those are monstrous. Good Samaritan? Wasn't that Stallone?
Yeah. Well,
The Samaritan or whatever?
Stop or my mom will shoot.
Oh, that's
Like
an old
this.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But
I don't
Stallone,
know.
I mean, Stallone, I think more than, well, I don't know. Schwarzenegger's pretty big, man.
Schwarzenegger's a big name, but he really hasn't done anything of note in 30 plus. I mean, he stopped really. What was the movie with Jamie Lee Curtis where she was all hot and half naked?
True Lies.
True Lies. I think that's like the end of his era, wasn't it? And that was like in the mid 90s.
I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
I don't think he's had any
Filmography.
big movies since, has he?
No.
Terminator 9 or whatever.
Well, I don't know. It was a sad week, and hopefully
It
we don't
was.
get more of those. But that's the problem with getting old, man.
But you're not.
start
You're
dying
just-
off.
You're going to dye your beard and you're going to be youthful.
I am. I'm going to change back to youthful Seth.
So none of your heroes will die anymore.
No, because they're all going to be
Yeah, 'cause
non-gray and looking great like me.
they'll look at you and say, I can't die for this young man.
Exactly. I have to rewind time, my friend, and I'm
That's
going
right.
to do that.
Too funny.
Be kind, rewind, Seth.
That's right.
Pretty soon I'll weigh 180 pounds and
Sure you won't. I agree
the
with
other-
Abu in here in the chat room. If Taylor Swift died, the country would shut down for 5 days. I think that's true.
I don't think so.
I do think so. I think every woman in the country would stop.
Maybe. But I think maybe 20 and younger are going to stop. I don't know.
I think
I
all the
could be
moms
wrong.
would too.
I could be wrong on that, but
Sydney
time I'm gonna
Sweeney,
weigh
all of us hetero guys will stop.
now if something happened to her, forget about it. I'm not going to work. I'm taking the day off.
Right.
Taking a week off. Dude, you know what my daughter did the day that Ozzy passed?
What's that?
She happened to be at a record store when I called her and told her that Ozzy was gone.
Right.
And she went and bought like 3 Sabbath albums.
Nice.
It's like, dude, you better get those now because they're going to be jacked up in price by the
Right.
end of today.
Scribble a big O on it and sell it on eBay.
So she got like, what is it? Sabbath 4 or whatever. Like,
Oh, volume 4.
yeah, $12.
That's a good album. Wheels
It
of
is a good album.
Confusion and stuff on that album. Good
It's a
shit.
good one.
Yep.
But all right, time to wrap it up.
Wow, that was super fast. Holy smokes.
It was. Feel free to email your thoughts on whether I should dye this beard or not. Seth Williams Show. Just Seth Williams Show at gmail.com.
Please do.
We want some emails. We want to be able to read some emails on the show.
Yes.
That'll be a good new segment on the show.
Yeah.
Reading emails.
Emails. Of course.
We'll get it sponsored.
we got to get people
Emails brought to you by Just for Men.
we got to get people to do it first before we're going to get a sponsor.
Yeah. We can get $3 on Venmo.
Yeah.
Let's-
We can get to $3 on Venmo, then we could get a sponsorship.
Seth Williams 32 get split between Chris and I. So do that. Seth Williams 32 Venmo and it gets split between us. If we entertain you, just
Yeah.
send a tip.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Other than that, have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. And don't forget Minds. If you haven't signed up for Minds, the extra content, do that. And have yourself a great couple of days.
See ya.
See ya.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown, prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.